I love food.
Welcome to Taste Budz, everybody, where the conversation is real, the food is always going to be questionable. My name is Chief Master Sgt. Shawn Andrews, the Command Chief for the 375th Air Mobility Wing and your installation host. Today we have with us Senior Airman Steven Ha, who I hear is a MRE aficionado. Airman Ha, introduce us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you work.
So I am Senior Airman Ha, Scott Air Force Base Honor Guard, currently assigned there, but originally from my original unit, 375th Civil Engineer Squadron, sorry. I always get that wrong. Civil Engineer Squadron, excuse me. 375th Civil Engineer Squadron over at Electrical Power Production with my supervisor. Shout out to the main man, Sergeant Wilkins, best guy in the world. Love him. And you know, sometimes, you know, the brother gets the most love from mama and papa, but really it's
Where are you going
okay.
with all this?
I just want to say, no matter what, you got to be happy for, you know, your service members.
Okay,
you know,
great.
It doesn't matter.
Speaking of winners and losers,
Yes.
we play this game here, but it involves food. So I
Food.
think it's time to eat. Chef, meals please.
What do we got here?
All right, so have you seen the show before?
I have seen tidbits.
Tidbits. So here at Taste Budz, we like to play this game called Taste Budz Roulette. So in front of us, we have two MREs. I have been promised one is pretty tasty and one is probably horrible. Being the host, I like to defer to the guest to play a game that we call Taste Budz Roulette. You take the hot sauce bottle and you're gonna give it a spin. Whichever MRE it is closest pointing to is one we'll dig into. Give it a shot.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I want this one because it's yellow, so that probably means
It probably
something
means it's
good.
older.
Yeah, we like older. Oh, we get the older one.
Like it's pointing at me and I'm old?
No, it can be, you know, it's
All right,
it's up to
I will let
interpretation.
you divulge to the world what we're gonna have today.
Okay, well, world, we will be having the MRE, Meal Ready Individual, Warfighter Recommended, Warfighter Tested, Warfighter Approved,
Warfighter.
Menu 16,
Oh, number 16?
Chicken Burrito Bowl. Whoa, what happened here? We actually got the Menu 21 tuna chunk light water packed lemon pepper. Wow, I love lemon pepper, but I don't know about the rest of that. It's, I guess.
When's the last time you had an MRE?
Oh man, it was back in Guam. We did some training last March, and I remember just being there for a week and a half, doing silver flag and just going ham on these.
Going ham on the MRE. All right.
Yeah.
So tuna chunk light, water packed, lemon pepper. I think we've had this one before. Some of it's good. Some of it is we'll test your taste buds.
Oh,
Why don't
boy.
you open that up and we'll get started.
Oh boy, I can already taste the watery tuna. We love watery tuna.
So you're a Power Pro guy by trade in
Yes.
CE. What are your thoughts on that job? Did you enjoy it? Is
Yeah.
it something you wanted to do when you came in?
Yeah, it's not bad. So it was a good job. I thought it would be nice to know about what it'd be like to work on electrical systems on base and how to generate power for those emergency situations. So I feel like for me, it was a good transition, and honestly being enlisted and learning all these knickknacks and learning all the grimy stuff, you know, doing oil changes. It's a good job, definitely. Getting your hands dirty.
I heard it was pretty electric. So lemon pepper tuna. So this, this isn't bad. I mean, our viewers can go get this in the commissary today. Not the worst part of this MRE.
Not the worst part?
Not the worst.
Oh boy.
So.
Is it the tortillas that's the worst part?
They're not.
Oh, you know what? It has to be this. Oh, it is this. It has to be the lemon poppy seed pound cake.
We interrupt your dedicated Taste Budz viewing for a special announcement. Tickets will go on sale soon for the 2024 Air Force Ball held at the historic Union Station in downtown St. Louis. This year's theme, Wings of Victory. Tickets go on sale at the end of June, so keep an eye out for that announcement. And guests can also book a hotel room at Union Station under our block rate. I fondly remember my first Air Force Ball, shortly after WW2. It was a great time to celebrate, congregate, and ate with my fellow airmen and their families. It's always been a wonderful time, and each year continues to get bigger and better. Come join us in celebrating our history, our heritage, and embracing our Air Force family. See you there. I think the term I used last time was sucked the moisture out of my brain. We'll see. We'll get there. But
yeah, for sure. Okay, all right.
So go ahead and dip some of that out. First bite is always au natural, so we'll just.
Oh.
Man, it smells.
It smells very fantastic.
Something's fishy in here.
Oh wow! I can definitely smell the sea in this. Although it's tuna, I don't know if tuna lives in the sea. Let's divvy it up here. I love it. It's so chunky. Oh, I love how it looks wet and it looks dry. Yeah, I like that. I like my tuna just like that. Okay.
So, Scott Air Force Base, not Food Network.
Oh, true.
You're good. All right.
Okay.
So first bite is just the bite. No tortilla yet. You just got to taste it in its raw, natural form. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So that's not bad.
No.
We also have some mayonnaise here if you want. There's some cheese spread.
Cheese spread for the for the tuna, right? Sure. Absolutely. Let's put it in there.
All right. So besides honor guard, ooh, that came out quick.
What is that?
Fat free.
Oh, that's why it's fat free because it's just water. Yeah. Absolutely.
So besides CE, you also are part of the honor guard. How are you enjoying doing that?
It's good. Being able to communicate with funeral directors and making sure that everyone gets squared away. I feel like being over at honor guard is really good.
So I've also heard a rumor that you are attempting to commission.
I am trying to commission.
Why do you hate being enlisted so much?
Oh, the reason why I hate it is because, man, my supervisor sucks, and, I have to mop the floors, and I have to worry about crickets and stuff. No, I love it being enlisted. Enlisted's nice. It gives you a really good perspective before you commission on what it's like to be enlisted, going through BMT, going through tech school, going through extra training and being treated, being at the very bottom and learning what it's like to be there, so then when you become an officer, you can really understand where your enlisted comes from. So
I think for perspective, tell everyone which commissioning program you're attempting to do.
Inner Service Physician Assistant Program.
So you're trying to be a physician assistant, almost a doc.
Yes.
So you're not just leaving the enlisted corps because there's greener grasses. It's because that's the only way to be a physician assistant is commission,
yes.
Right?
Yes, through the program.
That's good.
Yes.
What was that process like to put in the application? What are those requirements? So
the cool thing about the Inner Service Physician Assistant Program is that it differs from other commissioning programs because you don't need to have a bachelor's. There are some commissioning programs out there that provide you those opportunities as well. But the cool thing about being in the inter-service physician assistant program or applying for it is that you need to have about 60 semester hour credits minimum. But as long as you fill out the prerequisites, then for your coursework, it is good. Now, don't let that fool you. It's not just college that you have to do. You need to get a thumbs up from your commander, your senior enlisted leader, a physician assistant, and then get, if you'd like, an additional letter of recommendation. So it's not just education-wise, it's a lot of extra work that you have to do, although you don't have to have a bachelor's in order to do the program.
So just from my experience trying to recruit people for this program every year,
yes,
that mayonnaise is nasty. Did you try it?
Yeah.
And that I had to add extra hot sauce to cover up the mayonnaise. Oh yeah, the cheese is not. I mean, that ain't cheese whiz.
it's like cheese.
Like it was almost better just plain tuna.
You know what? Yeah, because whoever loved, I don't know if they decided to put a powder of, I don't know, Minute Maid in there, but hey, that lemonade is giving me some really good vibes.
So yeah, the mayonnaise was nasty, the cheese was nasty.
Yeah, the cheese is nasty, yeah.
So back to your program. So I know for a fact, like, we as an Air Force just don't recruit enough people every year to fill the physician assistant spots.
No.
Which is why it's so important. So you're an electrician by trade, Power Pro guy.
Power Pro.
You do honor guard.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to go do physician assistant. What was the big, is there a reason why you're going medical? Did you always have an interest in being medical, or did you just see a challenge and want to go after it? What's there?
Absolutely. So before I joined the Air Force, I had 2 years in college, and those 2 years of college, I ended up getting an associate's in liberal arts, and that kind of helped me get a foundation, put my foot in all these different career fields, like getting all that information. Oh, what do I want to be? I don't know what I want to be. At first, I wanted to be an athletic trainer, and then didn't want to be running up with like NFL players and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do that. And then I also thought, PT would be pretty cool. And then PT being physical therapy. And I went through a couple physical therapists and shadowing them like, oh my gosh, this could be the career for me. And then I remember, I think I busted my leg doing I also do some grappling on the side. I ended up busting my leg and I had to go to physical therapy for it. And I went to the physical therapist. I'm like, hey, how do you like your job? And then this is what she said. She said, man, I really like my job, but I wish I would have gone physician assistant. I was like, what's physician assistant? Is that like an assistant to the physician? Is that like, I don't know, like a medical assistant? And then she began explaining the process to me. And then what happened was I was like, oh, this seems like a really good career opportunity. And that's when the Air Force recruiter, I got a hold of him back when I was in college, and he's like, oh, we have this program set out for you. So I've known since I've joined back in 2021 that I wanted to join this program.
Oh, that's cool. No, man, I'm really proud of you. That takes a lot of gumption, and best of luck to you, because I know it's a hard program to get through.
It is. I've had nothing else but like a whole bunch of people, all these PAs. I'm like, I want to be a PA, and they're like, no, you don't. And I'm like, no, I really do. He's like, do you really want to worry about 1,000 patients? Do you really want to worry about, it's not all glitz and glam. I'm like, yeah, but I still want to be a PA. I'm like, okay. Well.
No, I think you'll do great. So what's that process? So you submitted your application.
Yes.
And you briefly talked about that package. What are some deadlines and some milestones coming up? And then
yes.
And then what?
Okay, so the thing about the Inter-Service Physician Assistant Program is that the cycle typically opens between October and January, meaning that you're able to apply between October and January. However, they give you that cycle, that cycle of time to apply for your program, but in between that time, so February to September, that's the time where you can start getting everything together and still put your items into the website. So the website is where you put your application, you apply your application, and then the deadline for this year was January 20th, and it's already getting up to that point. And I already applied for this cycle. Hopefully I get in. The board meets up about March time, March, April, and then results come out in June. So commander gets prior knowledge of whether or not we get accepted, and then afterwards the results comes out on the PSDM, which is the development.
Awesome. Try this, it's spicy cardboard.
Oh, I love spicy cardboard.
Normally these small cheddar snack crackers are pretty good, but tasty. Definitely the hot and spicy cheese ones are more like they have that cardboard aftertaste. Not that I eat cardboard on the regular, but in a pinch.
Oh, I've definitely had cardboard before, and this kind of reminds me of it. Don't ask me where I have cardboard.
You go do your officer thing.
No,
so after your
absolutely.
So hopefully you get selected. What then? You go to school?
Yes, I do. So there's 4 different class start dates that happen with IPAP, and it can begin as soon as August of this year, December of this year, and then there's 2 more opening classes next year. It's 16 months at Phase 1 at San Antonio, Fort Sam Houston, and then 13 months afterwards wherever Phase 2 is, which is where you do your clinical. So 16 months at the schoolhouse doing your education, doing your slideshows, doing all of your your academics, and then 13 months doing Phase 2, shadowing and making sure you do your clinicals.
So 29 months of school once if you're selected for this program.
Yes, and bonus, those 29 months that you're doing schooling, there's no break in service. If you are E1 to E4, you are auto-promoted to E5. If you're an E6 and E7 going into the program, you stay at your rank, but if you get promoted while you're in, that's also a bonus. But like I said, no break in service, so the 29 months of schooling goes towards retirement, and you get paid BAH and BAS and all of your pay, just like a regular airman, but you don't have to worry about going anywhere. You just gotta make sure you pass all your classes.
So that's a lot of school in order to get to your goal, right?
Absolutely.
Is that concerning at all? Are you excited about it? Are you worried about it? I've also heard that the physician assistant program, it's a tough course. There's some washout there. So
it is.
Any concerns?
Yes, absolutely. So the best concern that I have right now is that because it's 29 months, I told you that you don't have to have a bachelor's to apply for the program, so you could come with an associate's. When you finish the program, you are awarded a bachelor's in biology and then a master's in physician assistant studies. So those 29 months that you're doing the work, it's all accelerated. You go through so many classes. It's like 1 week or 2 weeks you're doing.
So we have the physician assistants program, we have the nurse commissioning program, we have the Air Force Academy preparatory program, we have OTS, we have a lot of direct commissioning programs. We've opened that up to cyber now. And these programs are open every year. And I can tell you as a command chief who sends out the quotas, we never get enough qualified potential applicants for these programs. So if you're interested in doing a commissioning program, talk to your superintendent, your senior enlisted leader, or your commander, and they can help put you in touch with how to do these. So you talked a lot about some of the requirements for the commissioning at college and stuff. Why is that kind of personal and professional development a good thing for everyone to get after?
So the most important thing about the world is that there's so much more information that we don't know. Like you'll say that you have a whole bunch of information, like, oh, I know everything, but you don't. Because information is power, especially in today's world where there's so much information going around. That could be espionage, that could be knowing what the next plan is, that could be knowing a project or being an entrepreneur. So what happens is with this education and then the military training that you get over here, over being in the Air Force, or being in the military in general, that can help get you outside of what you thought was your scope of learning and help you learn more. Like whether it means holding a rifle a specific way, whether it means doing, how to survive in a deployment, or how to get ready for an emergency attack or hazardous situation. I feel like all those different trainings on top of the education there is also very good for career development because it helps you with your self-growth.
Final question here, you sit here as a senior airman, your goal is in 28, 29, 30 months-ish, maybe to be wearing commissioned officer rank. What are you doing to, either mentally prepare for that or to train yourself to make that switch between enlisted and officer?
So what I'm doing is that it's always good to go with the mindset of if you're an E4, if you're junior enlisted, start working as a NCO. If you're an NCO, start working as a senior NCO, because then that helps you get in the mindset of, okay, so I'm doing this right now, how can I be more competitive, or how can I differentiate myself? Like, what's causing me to be a better person than what I was before? I'm not racing anyone, but I'm doing this right now. What can I do better to be onto that next level?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then, making sure that you do those volunteer opportunities and figure out how you can expand your leadership and then lead something. That can help you get a good idea of what it's like to be a leader.
No, that's great, man. And one of the things that I try to get across to airmen often is you got to grow where you're planning. And it doesn't matter if you are, an A1C in a two-person shop. Eventually, you're going to have your time to shine and you're going to get the leadership experience. Or you go join a peer organization like the 5-6 or the Airmen's Council, and you get opportunities, whether or not you're the president, to lead small groups of people. And all of those things are building blocks to becoming the best version of you, right?
Absolutely, because at one point, the joint, the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff used to be like an officer, just a second lieutenant, a first lieutenant. So everyone starts from somewhere, and it's like you, Chief. Starting from BMT and then going your way up. It's all about starting from the ground up.
Started at the bottom, now I'm here.
Oh man, rap words.
Is that what that is?
We love that.
I was just talking.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you enjoy your Taste Budz experience?
It was good. What saved this wonderful food right here is the tuna. Absolutely the tuna. The finest out here, better than Long John Silver's, better than Red Lobster. I love this stuff.
You know how rare it is for someone to say that? What saved this entire meal was the tuna.
Yeah, the tuna.
But props to that tuna. It was delicious. Worst item. What did you like the least?
Probably the fat-free mayonnaise.
That mayonnaise was bad.
Yeah, that came out like...
I put it on my tuna and ruined it.
Someone put water with white paint and just put it in the packet.
It was not bad.
It was not.
The baked snack crackers, I thought tasted what I imagined cardboard would taste like.
Yeah. If I need to, just gotta grab some glue and get ready to pack up from PCS to Texas and just grab some crackers.
All right, well, Airman Ha, I do appreciate you coming on today.
Absolutely.
I learned a lot. I think our viewers learned a lot. Best of luck on your commissioning adventure.
Thank you, sir.
We hope you get it, and when we speak in life over you, we know you're going to get it. You're going to crush it. Be the best officer you can be. For the rest of us, I hope it tickled your taste buds. It sure tickled mine.
Oh, I love what you did right there. He's really good at that.
For the rest of you, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining.